Here we are again. We are hurtling literally towards 3 p.m. and of course towards our final movement snack of the day, where Bex will be back with you to tie up all the loose ends, not that we've left any, of this amazing day that we've had here for later life training and for Make Movement Your Mission. And I hope that you feel that we have aptly celebrated International Day for Older People as well, through our adventures through movement snacking. Right, a few people just coming on board now. So I'll let some numbers clock up a little bit before we get this baton switch done and dusted. So far we've had some successful grasps and swaps, tags, changeovers, whatever you want to call them. And we continue with 2 more baton changes. One to me, of course, from Dave, and the final one from myself to Bex. Here we go. Let's say hello to a few people. Here, Bob's in. It's me. Yes, it is Bob. Margaret Wood's in from Chesterfield. Sandra's in from Portsmouth area, Waterlooville to be precise. Mrs P from Dufferin. You got that flu jab done quite quick, didn't you, Mrs P? You didn't even miss a life from having it. My special sister's watching. Hello, Cheryl. You went back to Cyprus yesterday, so we have Cyprus in as well. Jane, I'm not quite sure where you're from. Give us your location. Carol from Gateshead. This is a test for my brain, this is. Another Carol from The Collective. We've got one of The Collective in Wisbech. And I don't know where your sister's from. Sandra's back as well. Might have said you already. Gillian from the Port Talbot area. We have a good gang of you from there, don't we? Pat's in as well. Red Rita's in as well from Germany. And let's have a look. What messages have we got? Oh, here's Maddie and here's Sheila. Oh, Bob's buffering again. You do have a thing about buffering around, don't you? Right, now that there's a few more of you in this movement mansion with us, I want you to have a think about what actually have you achieved today. I think we've achieved a phenomenal amount, and those of you are going to go on to do this little bit more via some catch-up options as well. So I've done some maths, and now notoriously I am not that great at maths, but I've totted up, round off, around 90 minutes worth of additional movement minutes that you've been bagging away throughout this entire day. And that is phenomenal. That is an amazing achievement. So well done you lot. Give yourself a pat on the back. And really, to coin a phrase from Make Movement Your Mission, and it's written on the top. It's written on the top here. To keep moving well, you've got to keep moving more. And that is just it. Here we go. Couple more coming in now. So Carol's from... I'm from Wisbech, Sheila's from Wisbech, and Carol's from Bedfordshire. There you go. Odile, originally from France, but Cambridgeshire at the minute. We've got a few of you signing up, getting ready. It's the time is 59 past. And remember, in these movement snacks, please do what you can. And that's enough. If that's enough for you, that's enough. Right, here comes the baton change. Come on, Dave. Come on, let's get this show on the road. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's coming. There we go. I've got this baton. Extra grip strength. Let's just do a bit of grip strength whilst we're here. And waiting for the clock to chime into 3 p.m. Not a.m., like I said earlier. That would have been one mission beyond, wouldn't it? Let's see, who am I? Here we go. Rosalie, Di's in, and Di. Still moving. Yeah, we're back. Rosalie's from Canada as well. Aha, and Dee's checking in from Calgary in Canada too. Thank you, Bex. I'm quite proud of that handover. Just need a shoulder circle afterwards though. And it's officially 3, 2, 1 and 3. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon. My name's Kelsey Leverton. This is movement snack number 6 for our special day of the older for the older person today. And we're going to start as we start with a active posture boost. So swipe the comments to the side. Gone. Let's do this. We'll start off with our seated prompts once again. So let's switch our posture from an off, relaxed, possibly slumped down, rounded posture to our active, sitting tall. You can see how much I just lifted and lengthened there. So maybe just do that once or twice. Notice the difference between how we perhaps normally sit and how well we can sit. So these small adjustments, sustainable adjustments, we shouldn't feel like our posture's been forced or cranked into any uncomfortable position. It's all just that little adjustment that your body needs to lift, lengthen and open. Let's take a hip walk forwards, lifting and shifting. So this type of movement, a hip walk, of course moves you forwards and backwards in the chair, but it's crucial as well if we're wanting to get moving around on a bed or on a sofa and those different areas, or even if we have gotten ourselves down to the floor, a hip walk is really handy. Lift, lengthen, tall and strong through your posture. And I'm going to power up into standing. You might do this too. And you might want to start your circulation boosting in standing. So here we have options for support. We've gone over these lots and lots of times today, but they are there. They are for your use as you see fit. Firm, stable, not moving anywhere. Off we go then with some foot pedals. So these can happen in seated and standing postures. With support in standing might make you feel a bit better, a bit more confident. And we're just switching the heels, getting the ankles moving. Hold on to the side of your chair if that feels better for you. Let's bring this into a lift, if that feels okay. So we're picking up the knees a bit higher in seated and standing positions. Have a go at just a bit more focus on the ankles. So try and, as you lift, point your toes down. So we land toes, ball, heel. Find yourself a pace, a steady one, a rhythmical one. Something that's not going to get you too out of puff, because we just want this to get things moving a bit. So the circulation, some warmth through muscles and joints. Take a pause there. You might need to just reset posture a moment before you bring in an arm swing. So we're aiming for a couple of 3 minutes here on circulation boosting, and this movement here is from the shoulder. Take a change sides. And in standing, of course, keep hold of one hand onto your support if that feels better for you. In seated, here we go with a combination of both arms moving together. Swinging from the shoulders, and the shoulders may start to get a bit looser as you go through a few extra moments here. In standing, if you want to bring both arms in, then feel free to do so. You might want to bring your feet a touch wider, so that gives you a better weight distribution, a better base for upper body to be moving around. And if you like, you can progress now or progress over time, because I'm sure you're going to come back and do some more movement missions with us, are you not? To include both arms, both legs in seated and standing postures. Right, have a pause there. Now, that might be enough for you right now. So if it is, then you might want to hip walk back and just switch your posture off, or from standing come into seated and just have a small break. I hope you continue watching though, because you might find that after a few minutes break, you might be all right to have a go at something else. And here we have our sit to stand mini movement boost. We're going to tuck the feet back. And if you are coming into a get ready to stand or an actual full stand, then this forwards position in the chair can really be your best friend. It can help you to drive upwards and be successful here. The feet are flat and apart slightly. Leaning the chest forwards and pushing the feet into the floor switches the muscles on. Have a go at that. Activate. If you can, go from there and lift. So it's a forwards tilt and a bit of a boost to lift. Have a go at a few of those, or work between not lifting your bottom and trying to lift your bottom. If you want to come into full stand, here we are. We need all of that strength, power generating through those easier or more basic versions of a sit to stand. We drive into standing. Take some support if you need. Now, walking back can help us understand, without having to twist, turn and look for it, understand where the chair is. Both legs are touching. I know that my bottom is going to be landing into the chair. Steady pace as you go into that seated position. The more control we can have on the downward phase of sit to stand, the more we can start to work into these key muscles, these muscles that get you up out of your chair, off the toilet, into the car, into bed, up the stairs, down the stairs. Anything that goes up must come down, and these legs are hugely responsible for those actions. Let's try and crowbar in one more of these mini sit to stands or full sit to stands. Pedaling the legs, as it's been mentioned today, can help you to just gain your balance, regulate your blood pressure before you set off to do what you want to do. Keeping the feet apart can also help you with your balance when you get into standing, or when you get down into seated, or on your way into seated. Let's crowbar in some shoulder rolls. So let's take up, round, back and down. Keep going with that. Up, round, back and down. So we're using this mobility move from our morning 8 a.m. slot. We always try and go in a backwards direction because that really opens the posture, opens the chest, and it helps us to lift through the centre of our body as well. We're going to head into a chest stretch. Just a moment before we do that, if you are in standing, make sure you feel steady on your feet. Otherwise, return into seated, and then we perhaps don't need to consider how balanced or not balanced we feel. Take a moment to open the chest and relax. Open the chest and relax. So just moving your arms low and back. And let's hold this final one with the hands just moving towards the back of the chair slightly. I'm just going to move my chair a bit. Holding the back of the chair, or towards the back of the chair. Lengthening up. Pinching the shoulder blades together just that little bit more. We're holding this, so if everybody freeze and just let your breathing carry on. Make some checks on your breathing because your body will hold your breath before you know it. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, relax, recover, relax and switch off your posture, and we shall do one more. So sitting up, lifting, lengthening, growing that little bit taller. Shoulders are away from the ears here, so just have a check of that. Arms really long and loose and towards the back of the chair, or wherever you can reach is fine. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. We did a little bit of that earlier with our upper back squeeze in my last one. But this time we're just holding it. The chest is stretching and around the front of the shoulder is stretching. And this can help us to maintain our shoulders back in down position. Take a pause there. So if we are going through stretches, and Bex will do a few more of these in her 4 p.m. Our muscles really need to be warm. They stretch much better with some warmth put into them. And that's really why our movement snacks begin with circulation boosting each and every time. I am done now. This has been my final movement slot of the day. Thank you for having us. Thank you for joining in. I hope you've gained a lot from what we've been doing here at Make Movement Your Mission. And if you've been a new joiner for today or across some of today, I hope to see you on future movement snacks as well. So where's my baton? I need to do a solid pass. So I have it in my grasp, whatever. Grip or grasp is good. And Bex, this one's for you. Come on, stretch, reach, stretch, reach.